we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he like looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Boy, oh boy. I'm just gonna start by saying this. This is a clear reason why kids should be homeschooled nowadays. And the reason why I say this is because these teachers share such a difference of opinion, and it isn't minor difference of opinion. It's kind of like, I guess you could say, radical difference of opinion. And instead of keeping such things to themselves, they actually kind of push it on the kids nowadays, which is really it's just not good. It should be no way that you send your son or your daughter to school and they're learning about gay pride, or even, politics. These aren't things that should be taught in school, and these things aren't even in the curriculum. And what's so amazing to me is how comfortable they feel steering these kids in the direction that they want them to go in. And it seems to be, just to me, in my point of view, it seems that this is becoming more of a normal thing in the public schools. Now, the reason why I say kids should be homeschooled nowadays, and I would prefer my son, when I have one, I would prefer him to be homeschooled by my wife, I guess, and me, if possible. But I would prefer that because, like I said, these schools, they really have nothing to offer anymore. Even the basic curriculum, most of the things that's taught in the basic curriculum aren't things that are necessarily needed in our everyday lives, such as things as geometry and trigonometry and other little classes and courses that they have in school. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of these things are important. We do need to know how to read, how to write in cursive, which you learn in preschool. Different sorts of math, adding money. But things they don't teach in school is business. How to start a business, how to manage a business, how to keep a business running, and things of those nature. Hands-on things such as, just wood shop, putting things together using your hands. And you notice in a lot of inner city schools, they don't offer these classes at all. And if they do offer these classes, they have to sign up for them and go to, other schools, and they have to go to different type of outside school programs where they just suck the money out of the parents. So definitely in the inner cities, a lot of kids are missing those, and I'll say especially men are missing a lot of hands-on knowledge, things that they can learn to do with their hands. So you had them going through school, and they show their interest in school. Most kids show their interest in school. They know in their heart that these schools don't really teach you anything. And now that we have these teachers going on these crazy rants, sharing their political views and showing their at home ethics, their home ethics, it's just ridiculous. It's just another reason why parents should homeschool their kids. Simple as that. Just in the video I showed before this, we see this lady basically giggling and laughing like it's something funny, and that's what makes this video so amazing. Because first she claims that our American flag is apparently makes her feel uncomfortable. Well, let's think about that. That American flag actually unites us all under this one umbrella, including the homosexuals, the heterosexuals, and all the rest of the other ones. That flag unites us all. Black, white, Asian, like I said, hetero, homo. It unites us all. And for her to say she doesn't feel comfortable with it, it's okay. Okay, whatever, lady. You don't feel comfortable with it, we don't have to pledge allegiance to the American flag. But for her to chuckle and laugh and actually suggest that we praise this gay rainbow flag is utterly ridiculous. And it kind of blows my mind, the fact that she thinks it's funny. Like, and I can understand if in the classroom setting and she got that up there and it's like a joke, but it seemed to me like she was pretty damn serious about it. Because she wouldn't have made this video if it wasn't serious, if it wasn't something that she's considering or something that the school is considering or whatever. And what I noticed is once one person starts to do something, it seems to be, they try and make it like, the norm. So this is just another reason they basically telling you, take your kids out of this school. Basically take your kids out of all school. Because we're gonna push what we want to push on your kids. And what's so bad about it is that we already got terrible parents and bad parents pushing garbage down their kids' throats and in their kids' minds when they go home. So when they get to school, they look for a carefree, relaxing environment. And these schools, private schools and public schools in the suburbs and the inner cities, they're creating more havoc for the children. And I mean, really, that's just it in a nutshell. It's really nothing else to really go over. It's just they're just telling you, please take your kids out of this school, because I'm gonna push my beliefs on your kids no matter what you do and no matter what you think. And if you dare say something about it, I'm gonna call you out. And that's what I've been noticing what these teachers are doing. They have like this ballsy, stick your chest out kind of attitude towards these things. Like if you have a problem with me, in my class, me instructing my class to praise the gay flag, then you can go to hell. It's like they have a ballsy attitude, like what they're doing is right. Now, like I've said before, I have no problem with the gay community. I honestly do not think it should be so publicized as it is now. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but it shouldn't be in our classrooms. It shouldn't be in our classrooms, definitely. But when I think about this, I think about how it was, let's say, 20 years ago. Of course, there were gay people. It's always been gay people. I'm pretty sure that. Since, I mean, in the Bible, there's been gay people since Jesus' time. So, but as time is going on, I'm noticing it's definitely becoming, and I notice you notice it too. It's becoming more of a more acceptable, more acceptable and more out in the open. But it seems now that they're pushing it. They're pushing it on our kids, pushing us to accept it, like, you know, pushing it in the cartoons, pushing it everywhere. And 20 years ago was not like this. 20 years ago, we didn't have we didn't have gay flags in the school. We had an American flag in my school. We had an American flag. And 20 years ago, before that, I'm talking like 1980s, it was completely looked down upon if you were a homosexual, or, you know, you represented this pride flag. And teachers in schools would keep their home life to themselves. Their political views, their sexual orientation, they would keep that all to themselves where it belongs. Like I said, it's amazing that most parents fill their kids' heads up with garbage, and the kids are completely miserable. They don't know what to think. They don't know which way to go. They don't know which way to think. They don't know if what they thinking is right. They don't know if they thinking is wrong. And then they have to go to these schools and get taught by these teachers who pushing their beliefs on them. So now they all confused. They don't know what's going on. They don't know they don't know where to think. They don't know if they should be thinking left or thinking right. So, you know, I mean, that's in a nutshell. Like I said, man, I wouldn't be sending my son to no public school. I don't plan on sending my son to no public school. And if I do, I'm gonna definitely investigate the school and their practices and their teachers before I send my son there. Because these schools are completely out of control. These teachers are completely nuts. And what's so amazing is, back to what I was saying, in the 1980s, and, you know, before that, long ago, when this homosexual thing was not accepted, and even in the Bible, it states that that's sodomy. It's sodomy. So she wants us to praise sodomy instead of praising a flag that represents all of us, even the ones that are participating in this sodomy. That's crazy to me. It's crazy that they even have a gay flag. Even if you are in America, you in America. We all under the same nose. Why do you want to? I mean, what are these? I don't get it. Like, should we just take everybody who don't want to be here, or everybody who got these separate flags and separate views and don't like what's going on here and don't appreciate America? Why don't we just send them to New Zealand or something? They can make their own world and they can govern and do whatever the hell they want to. We call it Sodom Island. But like I said, I ain't got nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's just crazy to me that she wants us to praise this flag when we already have a flag that represents us all, right or wrong, rich or poor, black or white, heterosexual or homosexual. The American flag represents all of that, and it represents all of us as people, from the inner city to the suburbs to the middle of nowhere. So, like I said, just think about it, man. If you got kids, think about it. Maybe you shouldn't have your kids in these schools. These schools, man, they're getting worse and worse. Pushing their political views. Who are you to tell my kids what they should think is right and wrong? You know? Now, I'm not saying me, myself, I don't teach my kids that homosexual is like, you know, devils or something. I wouldn't say that. It is wrong in my book, and it is sodomy in my book, but who are you? What if I'm telling my son that, and he's going to school, and you having him praise a flag, a gay flag? And then he decides, you know, I'm not doing that. I'm standing up for myself. My father does not agree with this, and my father won't agree with this. I'm not doing it. And then the teacher will get an attitude with me as if I'm wrong and I'm teacher hating. So, like I said, man, just be mindful of who's teaching your kids, where your kids is going for 8 hours a day. Because it's hitting the dead agendas, and these people are more wicked, and they feel like, and I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about homosexuals and heterosexuals. I'm talking about right and wrong. Uh, these people just, they pushing their beliefs on kids, and it's not right. So, I mean, you do whatever you want to do. I know I won't be sending my kids to no private school. Like I said, if it's in my best effort, with my best effort, my son will be homeschooled.